So today's art noodlings are starting with a piece of cartridge paper and a compass. Oh, I haven't used a compass in ages, and that's a shame because they are very pleasing to swish about a page. So let's get this little pencil lined up properly with the pointy needle bit. Yeah, that looks near enough, I reckon. I am no compass expert, and as ever, I don't have much of a plan for this mini art meander, other than let's swirl some lines about and see where it takes us. I'm going to start with the most obvious of compassy behaviours, drawing a circle. Round we go, swishy la swirl, and yup, it's a circle all right. Wow. Okay, now please bear in mind as we wander through this initial sketchy bit, I'm figuring this out as I go and some thoughts will pay off better than others. At this early point, I'm keeping the width of the compass the same as when I did the initial circle and popping the point onto the circle edge. Then I'm drawing from the inner rim of the circle and, for whatever reason you want to slot in here, I'm letting the line continue outwards and trailing it off the edge of the paper or before it becomes another full circle. I keep moving the point to where the two lines meet and continue around until each one has been drawn from. Yeah, this is a bit lackluster at this point. The inside of the circle is fine, with a kind of petal design forming, but the outer lines are a bit without purpose at the moment. And whoopsie, there's always going to be at least one moment when the compass slips and the line goes kaflooey. Let's just fix that, like it never happened. I then try out putting the point onto each faint end of the incomplete circles and drawing more curves from there, but this is not satisfying. It just doesn't look good, and so my eraser buddy returns to get rid of the lines which are crisscrossing too closely or weirdly. Now must surely be the time for changing the width of the compass. Yep, there we go. I'm adding little semicircles onto the inner edges of the petal circle. This I'm fine with. It looks like it makes sense, so all is good. I should probably have measured some centre points between petal tips or something to make sure the semicircles landed evenly, but I just wasn't in the mood. I eyeballed it, and the old eyeballs did not do too badly, I reckon. What is this? A straight line? Where is the compass now? It's okay, I've not abandoned the compass. I'm just giving myself a guideline to noodle about on. I'm keeping the compass width very small, and I'm drawing semicircles along the length of the line, alternating them to each side. As I get into the flow of it, I'm finding it very gratifying to draw. This here is a smaller width again, and this time keeping all semicircles on the same side of a line and overlapping them. It reminds me of a little fence around a flower bed. Now at this point, everything is looking a bit higgledy-piggledy, but in a way that I'm rather enjoying, and I'm just adding in a few extra curves that I think I needed to fill some gaps. And now I'm just kind of itching to put some colour on this thing. So out come the marker pens. I didn't actually know until this point that I was going to use markers for this. If I had known ahead of this, I'd maybe have used more marker-friendly paper, as this cartridge paper does allow for a little blooming. But you know what? There is a bit of me that quite enjoys the slight fuzzy edge of a marker pushing through paper fibres. I don't know why. There's just a softness to it that feels hard to begrudge. I'm starting with yellow because I just can't help myself. So, compasses, eh? Why are they so cool? I mean, maybe you're not too sure that they are cool. Does anyone even say cool anymore? But I just really enjoy tools and useful things, and to me, compasses have always felt so nifty and clever. This also extends to the other kinds of compasses too, the navigational kind. I love them. And thinking of those kinds of compasses is then making me think of clock faces. And clocks always lure me in. I mean, when I one day found a whole room in the British Museum full of clocks, I was absolutely so thrilled. I spent ages in there looking at all their intricate details. Let me know in the comments where your brain is wandering to right now. Share your random tangent. I would love to know. Anywho, circling back to compasses. Circling. As I'm editing this, it feels inevitable that I'm going to get curious and tangent off towards finding out about the history of compasses. So, as we carry on colouring, here's a super brief waffle that you can absolutely skip if you couldn't care less. Compasses, as drawing tools, go back a long way. They were used in ancient Greece for geometric construction, as evidenced by Euclid's Elements of Geometry. And archaeological digs in Rome have confirmed that they were used in Roman design. Before the 18th century, compasses had two sharp points, and the user would scratch the drawing surface with the shape of a circle and then ink inside the scratches. However, later on, someone had the idea to modify one leg of the compass to take a pen or pencil point, and this is the type of compass that I have been using today. See, I did say super brief. You can come back now. Hey, you know when you're going along colouring with the vague thought that you'll stick to particular hues or temperatures, and then all of a sudden, bam, you throw in a colour that is very contrasty and not at all the obvious choice. And it does scare you the moment it hits the paper, but you are committed now, so you carry on. And you don't dislike it as such, but you're just aware that the artwork has irrevocably changed from whatever it was going to be to whatever it is now becoming. Yeah? Have you ridden this wave? This dark green amidst all these lighter colours gives me all of that, and there's still a little part of me that wonders why I chose it. But another part of me is revelling in the slightly jarring, weirdly wonky colour clashing. I do think this artwork needed shaking up a bit at this point, and once you have one bold and possibly bizarre colour choice on the page, it gives you full throttle permission to add a bunch of other ones on there too. So let's fill the rest of this in and commit to whatever colour happens to crash on in. As you can see, I added some black to all of the compass lines, which helps to tidy and tie it all in together. But it needs more stuff. I feel like it needs some patterns and details. And so begins the noodling and doodling part of this video, where randomness is celebrated and plonked wherever it sort of fits. This bit is very relaxing for me. I find myself doodling flowery and leafy shapes, structured pattern-type blocks, and swirly forms, all as the sun does the hokey-cokey through the window. In, out, shakes it all about. Apologies for the light levels changing in this last part. Spring is springing, and I wouldn't want to stop it even if I could. Lastly, I'm adding on some white gel pen because, yes, it's probably all a bit much now and my brain should be telling me to stop, but I just can't yet. The white pen is calling out to me and so on it goes, taking the details that one more step further. And there are bits I think it works really well on and other bits, like these curves on the petal edges, where I maybe should have done something different. But all in all, it's dandy. very much enjoy the bendy teardrop shapes over the dark green. Somehow I think they soften that deep expanse and helps to tie it in with the rest better. And this is how it ended up. As I look at it now, I feel like it is giving off vibrant, excitable, hectic and eclectic vibes. And although there is chaos to it, it is also undeniably boosting my serotonin. I think having the order of the compass lines underpinning it, it doesn't tip fully over into randomness. There is geometry living inside its bones, even if it's wearing the loudest possible jumper. It feels happy, I reckon. What do you think? Is it making you feel inspired or like you want to scream? If you are still here, well, you're making my day. Thanks so much for watching this little video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do consider bopping the like button, as it really helps me out and it loves a bop. If you fancy meeting up again in my next video, the subscribe button will make sure that happens. I'm looking forward to it already. Stay curious, keep making happy, and I will see you next time.